Good morning and welcome to the Daily Cyber Briefing for Wednesday, the 13th of August. Yesterday was Patch Tuesday. Patch all things Microsoft. 107 fixes, including 13 remote code execution flaws this month. Now, bear in mind, inside the 107, there are various cloud vulnerabilities which Microsoft is announcing for transparency, visibility reasons, but there's nothing that you need to do about those. So not all 107 are things that you need to patch. However, there are plenty of things that you do need to patch. So as always with Microsoft's operating system and so on patches, I recommend taking a reasonably robust approach to patching. Stand-up testing is probably all you need, except for on particularly critical systems. So, roll out the patches. If something breaks, you'll know what it was and you'll be able to identify it and roll it back pretty damn quickly anyway. So, kind of cool. Yeah, get on, add patch. Talking of patches, Chrome has released an update that fixes high-severity flaws that allow arbitrary code execution. A handful of CVEs, 2025 887980, 8901, 8881, 8882. First three are high severity and affect lib, AOM, V8 and angle. So if you are using Chrome, definitely worth nudging Chrome to look for the updates. They will come through most likely automatically at some point. However, if you are concerned about remaining up to date, you can always go in and nudge Chrome. Bear in mind also that it is a good idea to restart Chrome occasionally. It does tend to prompt for a restart, but even if it doesn't, it's a good idea to restart it every now and then, regardless, just to make sure that everything is cleaned up and working properly. Despite it being Microsoft's Patch Tuesday, or Patch Tuesday +1, yesterday there was, or is it even today? It's actually today that the article came out. So the information was released yesterday. There's a zero-click NTLM credential leak exploit that bypasses Microsoft's patch for CVE 2025-24054. Now, those were vulnerabilities in link files, LNK shortcuts. The issue being, it doesn't look like Windows handles link files particularly, or shortcut files particularly well. The previous vulnerability didn't check that the icon that was being downloaded was actually an icon. And it allowed for the download of the icon from a UNC path, so a path that wasn't associated to the executable or the file or whatever it might be that was the target of the shortcut. That's got fixed. You can't send Windows off on a hunt for these things. However, it turns out that in the process of downloading the icon for the shortcut, Windows downloads the entire executable if it's pointing at an executable, and then searches for within that in order to work out what the icon is and extract the icon and show the icon. That leads to all sorts of potential vulnerabilities. It is not a well-controlled process. Interesting article to read. GB Hacker's write-up is reasonably good write-up. I have to admit, I don't quite get some of how this works, but I need to reread it and have another think about it. But basically, an exploit of this vulnerability increases attack surfaces for remote code execution scenarios, particularly when targeting high privileged accounts. So it could enable ransomware deployment and comprehensive network compromise, according to the article. So no fix available right now, but definitely one to have on the watch list. Hopefully patches will be made available in the not too distant future. And then finally from me, I'm going to leave it up to you to decide whether you think this is a good idea or a bad idea. OpenAI rolls out Gmail, calendar, and contacts integration into ChatGPT. So GPT wants to know more about you. It wants to read your emails. It wants to know what events you've got going on in calendar, and it wants to know who your contacts are, so that it knows everything about you when you're having a conversation with GPT. Can't say I'm going to be turning on that feature. Thoughts? Okay, that's all from me for today. Hope you have a good midweek, and I will speak to you all again tomorrow.